in a galaxy far, far away.
So, a rumor again started about the Acolyte, quote unquote, being canceled. I want to talk about it. This is Leon Miller from The Escapist, and I wasn't going to talk about this because it's from a website and a group of people that I have no respect for. But considering that it is now getting, this rumor is now getting traction with Kennedy's backers and shills, I think I want to talk about it. When you talk about the Acolyte being canceled, they're putting it out on the 4th of June, all right? And this is Kleinfeld's article from The Direct. They're only getting one season, as far as I can tell. Leslie Headland tried to tease that there'd be more to it, but then she also says at the end there will be no emotional cliffhangers at the end, which means to me that it's 8 shows and that's it. Okay, she's still, but guys like Kleinfeld right here, doesn't he look manly, are terrified. Okay, they're afraid that they're not going to get another season of it. And I find it very interesting. They call themselves fans. But when you look at what the fan base is doing, here's the official trailers, 78% dislikes. The comments are just overboard nasty about it. 700,000 dislikes on the way to 1 million. Okay, and the comments are, this is the first one you see, so they can laugh at that. Yeah, that's exactly what people are doing. This is not going to go well. And why would Disney, why would they want to give it another season? This is Kathleen Kennedy's swan song. And if they didn't want people to know just how poorly it was being received, they probably would have taken the comments down, no comments, and made it so you couldn't look at the dislikes. I mean, Disney and the Oscars did make it so even with Firefox, you can't see the dislikes on the Oscar video, the fade-in video that Kennedy did for the Oscars. And it's one of those things where you're like, okay, all right, someone's at Lucasfilm, at Disney's trying to make a point to Kennedy and Leslie Headland that the fans don't want this garbage. And they'd be right. Okay, they'd be right. We all know that. We all know it. And, but why are these people so concerned that the show is going to be, quote unquote, canceled? It's not getting a second season. It's not like they're gonna, they're not gonna put out this season, which is when I hear canceled, I think of, we're not even gonna get to see one show. Now, maybe Disney will understand it and make it so we only get nothing. They could just decide not to put it out, but they're gonna do it anyway. Because again, they want numbers to show to her and to Leslie Headland and other people that your ideas are not wanted or needed. I mean, but you gotta remember, Kennedy didn't even talk about the Acolyte when she was being interviewed at Dodger Stadium on Star Wars Day.
In keeping with the trusty adage, starve a cold, disgust a fever. Dad, when are you going to stop blighting the environment with this atrocity? My God, can't you see that it wants to die? Let it go. Stop. Not one more crooked word. Your tongue could open a wine bottle.
I never had an agent. It's not like she worships the devil.
Well, she doesn't have to. He worships her.
That one just drew a pentagram on the floor and chanted, "I summon thee," 3 times.
Get out.
Here all night.
Get out!
This is actually the fan base that the Acolyte would appeal to. Think about it. People who obviously can't get a job. I wouldn't hire this person for any reason whatsoever. You know, she looks like she's been possessed by Bozo the Clown and then fell into her daddy's tackle box, okay? Or he, I don't know what that is. And that's the point, I guess, of this costume. But they're not going to get Disney Plus subscriptions just because of the Acolyte. They don't have the money. They don't collect the merchandise. I mean, you'll see hundreds of Acolyte action figures piling the aisles at Ollie's, okay? And furthermore, people like the one in the picture do not or pretend to not notice Leslie Headland's former boss and the fact that whatever he taught her, she did to put this show together, okay? When you have pulled so much bullshit that even your boss won't talk about your project, that's a BFD. And the fact that she never called him out, she never went to the authorities, she never tried to protect any of those girls, tells me that she was part of it. I mean, she was an enabler. She was this is what they call a criminal conspiracy. And that alone makes the Acolyte something that I don't think anybody who's self-respecting should watch. I know I'm not going to, okay? I'm not giving that angry, feminist, phony, which is what Leslie Headland is, any reason or any justification, all right? They need to know where they stand. They need to know they're hypocrites, okay? They need to know the hypocrisy that they have conducted themselves with has been noticed and they're being called out on it, okay? I think that's the biggest problem I have. It's not only that it's woke shit, and you can see it's woke shit from the get-go. They don't believe a word they say. The people behind the Acolyte are the phoniest human beings on the planet, okay? And this has nothing to do with representation or anything. This has everything to do with power and garbage, okay, which is what the woke movement is. And Kennedy not talking about it at all in an interview, and not talking about the Ray movie either, but that's a separate video, is a big deal, okay? It is a really big deal. And, you know, we can look at her and think, okay, when are you going to leave? And this is her last hurrah. This dumpster fire. The second trailer's got 68% dislikes, because I would say about a good 25% of the people that are hitting the dislike button for the OG trailer are just completely ignoring the second one, okay? Because it's garbage. And now we've got the Direct, we've got the Escapist, putting this out there, one article right after the other, fearing it's true. What they're actually saying is, it's not going to get a second season, okay? And last summer, when Doomcock was talking about Headland being fired and that she wasn't meeting with the Lucasfilm rep anymore, and that was a Sparrow thing. Headland doesn't have a car parking lot space at Lucasfilm. She's the only one that's really been out there interviewed for it. They have not, Kennedy didn't say anything about it. Jon Favreau hasn't said anything about it. Dave Filoni hasn't said anything about it. Hell, Pablo Hidalgo has fled his public account till July when it's done. They're terrified. They know they're not getting a second season, and they know what's going to happen when this thing gets absolutely ransacked by the fans. Okay? I know. I'm only going to go by what people say. I am not going to say it. I am not going to give them the dignity of that. None of us should. We know what we're getting. Imagine Leslie Headland consulting with Pablo Hidalgo about a Star Wars project after what she said about George Lucas in 2019, 2020? And he just sat there eating it up like ice cream. These are the people behind this garbage. Okay? These are the people behind this garbage. And they need to be called out. Okay? Leslie Headland quit social media after she got called out. Right when they announced the Acolyte. And she was on Twitter and she absolutely got run over. And she fled. Okay? She fled Twitter. She doesn't have, she used to have an Instagram account. She doesn't anymore. And the reason why is because she doesn't have the guts to stand by anything she's made publicly. Because she knows it's trash. And she knows the fans are right. Okay? And everything she said about George is wrong. Okay? And that's why I'm pretty sure that The Acolyte's only getting one season. Okay? Just look at the dislikes. 700,000. That's 78%. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.